From Matthew chapter 18, Jesus continues teaching his disciples about what it means to live as citizens of God's kingdom. In chapter 18, he emphasized humility, forgiveness, caring for those who are lost, and restoring relationships. Matthew chapter 19 builds on those same ideas by showing how these values apply to marriage, children, and our priorities to live in life. At the beginning of chapter 19, the Pharisees tried to test Jesus by asking him about divorce. Instead of debating different opinions, Jesus points them back to God's original plan for marriage in Genesis. This connects back to chapter 18 because Jesus is still teaching about a healthy relationship, just as he taught believers to forgive and seek reconciliation. He now teaches that marriage should be based on faithfulness and commitment rather than looking for ways to end it. Next, people bring their children to Jesus so he can bless them. The disciples try to stop them, but Jesus says, "Let the children come to me, and do not hinder them, for to such belongs the kingdom of heaven." This directly relates to chapter 18, where Jesus used a child as an example of true greatness. Once again, he shows that God's kingdom belongs to those who approach him with trust and simple faith. Later, a rich man asked Jesus what he must do to inherit eternal life. Although he has obeyed many of God's commandments, Jesus tells him to sell his possessions, give to the poor, and follow him. The man leaves disappointed because he values his wealth more than following Jesus. Jesus teaches that it is difficult for those who trust in riches to enter God's kingdom. His point is not that money is bad, but that nothing should become more important than our relationship with God. Peter then asks what the disciples will receive for giving up everything to follow Jesus. Jesus promises that those who faithfully follow him will receive eternal life and many blessings. A verse that summarizes this chapter is, "But many who are first will be last, and the last first." This means that God's kingdom doesn't measure success the same way the world does. People who seem powerful, wealthy, or important may not be first in God's eyes, while those who faithfully serve will be honored. And overall, Matthew chapter 19 continues the message from chapter 18, where Jesus moves from teaching about humility, forgiveness, and caring for others to showing how those are the same values should shape marriage, family, and the things we value most.